everybody, how's it going? Welcome to 2024, almost the end, almost the new year, 2025. Obviously the topic here, if you read about the video topic, you would know I was going to be looking into the drone scenario on the East Coast. And I've already looked into the drone scenario on the East Coast a little bit. And there's two specific details that I stepped into. So I'm doing this by assessing frequency patterns. So anything that happens in the world today, it speaks a language. So everything speaks a language through frequency, and we can actually pick up on the frequencies of that language and translate it using our human abilities, okay? So am I going to be able to see everything about this drones thing? I don't know. So far, the two details are this. First detail is what is presented in the media about this, that the drones are just like nothing to see here, right? It's just a normal thing that's happening, and it's just odd that people are noticing it now all of a sudden where it's always been this way. And that's not what I'm picking up on is the truth. So I am picking up on this is an anomaly. People really are seeing something out of the ordinary. It really is out of the ordinary. So something out of the ordinary is truly happening here. So the frequency is true. This is out of the ordinary. Now, what is being presented to us is like so much white light into our face that we can't adapt to it. So we can't actually see through the white light in order to see what's really going on here. What I find interesting, this obviously I'm looking at energy patterns and I'm translating frequency. So how I experience that is going to be a little bit more on the creative side than we want the logical information here. So I can tell you that, yes, this is a real thing that's happening. There is something out of the ordinary. So what we're being told is that this is not out of the ordinary. Frequency-wise says this is out of the ordinary. Frequency-wise says that there is a lot of white light being flooded into us so that we can't see what's going on. So why would they not want us to be able to see what is going on? Hence, nothing to see here. Nothing to see here. Just move along. Nothing to see here. No, there is something to see here. There is something to understand here. So what I want to do is, because I can alter frequency, Abbey, can do this. We can all do this. It's not some magical ability. It's just I've been studying this my whole life because I'm attracted to understanding it. And I'm one of very few people who seem to be attracted to understanding it on the level that I do. I'm like obsessed with it, okay? So that's why I'm really adept at what I do. I'm a professional because I love this sort of thing. So my role with this is I'm going to alter the frequency of how we're digesting the white light and in our collective. So I'm going to change the pattern so the white light doesn't work on us, on anybody. So I'm changing the frequency pattern so the white light doesn't work. So you will not be affected by the white light. I will not be affected by the white light. It's not going to work anymore. So we can't be blinded, so we can't see the truth. That's not going to work anymore, okay? So now you need to say this. I'm not blinded by the white light. I can actually see the truth. I can see the truth. The truth is accessible to me. I can see the truth. All right. So when I shift to the frequency here, I'm choosing to live in the reality where the truth comes out on this one. Okay. So that's why I'm doing this. All right. All right. Just a moment. I'm like chilling with a cup of coffee. Look at that cup. This is as big as they come. It's kind of ridiculous. Don't you ever just want to just say, like, why get a small when you can get a large? Why eat a small plate of food when you can have the whole buffet? Don't you ever just want to just like, screw it, I'm getting the large? Yeah, that's right. Okay, let me see here. So my guides are telling me, obviously we'll have to do this in steps, and I don't know how this is going to present itself here. And I'm going to post this and let everybody watch it because it's important to me that the world knows there's people out there that are different. You know, I'm participating in this life too, and I do stuff in my own weird way, and I'm a spiritual person. I work with frequency. I traverse dimensional planes and stuff like that. I'm projecting my consciousness into the energy right now. Anybody can do this. I don't know what's going to echo back to me, but I'm doing this so the world knows that I'm kind of fed up with it. I'm actually to the point that I'm so sick of what is conveniently provided to us. I'm so sick of it that I am taking the role of, I'm shifting this. Like, I can help the individual. I can share the nice, cozy messages or the deep wisdom and stuff like that. But I want to start moving energies in our collective, because the collective body is these like weird patches, like these huge wounds that we're all just saturated in and lost in these huge wounds. And they're paralleling the past and the future, and it's time to clean up the mess, and it's time to just move forward from all this. I don't care. It's like, for me, I just want to know the facts and then work with the facts and move forward. I don't need to be offended by any of this. I just want the facts. I just want to move forward. So I don't really care if how truly disturbing this is. All I care about is the facts, and then what do we do, and now move forward. I just want to work with solutions. That's all I care about. Solutions, you know? It's kind of like I built this house and I didn't build it right. Now it's falling apart, and I should just focus on how much this sucks. No, let's just either demolish it, fix it, or whatever, burn it to the ground. I don't know. But let's move forward. Like, I don't want to like keep focusing on what hurts or what's broken and never do anything to fix it, you know? So it tells me 2025, because I'm still in 2024, is going to be about fixing broken things and moving past them so we can start building new things. All right, now I can do this. So one of the things about the drones is that there's a heartbreak underneath the surface of this. That's kind of weird. So it's not just like an intelligent decision making, it's a decision making out of a broken heart. Why would drones have anything to do with heartbreak? Okay. All right, so after I've said that, I'm putting up a huge wall. It's an energy fence. So any drones that go through this energy fence will now be, we are going to assess what is the material, we're going to identify them, and we're going to be able to, it's almost like organize what is what. So now moving forward, all drones that move through the frequency fence are going to be visible. I don't care about why the drones need to exist because some heartbreak. I don't care about that. I just care about the practical here. But I'm telling you, it's not exactly easy to just accomplish this. Because even when I put up this frequency fence, and even when I identify what is going to be the like staple decision and forward motion here, it's almost like a lot of people are walking around running into walls kind of thing, like bumping into things and not being able to see. It's like go spin around in circles a bunch of times and now walk straight. It takes time to find your footing. And something about this, it's not as easy as just ABC 1, 2, 3. It's not as easy as just like organizing this information and now we can see it and we can move forward. It's more like the first thing that happens here is we were just spun around really, really fast, and now we're trying to move straight. And it takes time so that the world stops spinning so you can find your feet and move straight. Again, that broken heart comes to me. So I'm going to go to the broken heart. This is a broken heart that's also angry and bitter. So I'm moving my consciousness into angry, bitter, broken heart. Okay, what are we gonna see in here? I whisper here that just let this go. Just stop the decisions that you're making because you're hurting inside. I basically see an orb, and the orb is hollow on the inside, and then I see that's like there's a cracked piece that you can't put it back and you can't seal it. So it can't just remain this whole orb. So it's broken. And I can't put the piece in there because I just simply can't. So now I just have this like broken orb. And then I create a mirror and I tell the broken orb that just look at your reflection in the mirror. And now put the piece back where it goes. And then I show, like I walk through the steps of here's the piece. I found it for you. Here, you're holding the piece. Now you have to be the one to put the piece back into the heart. You have to be the one to make this whole again. But it doesn't make this one feel better. And the reason why this one isn't going to feel better is because this one has a lot of digestion to do. I see a weird picture. It throws me off because I'm suddenly getting pulled into a really busy, like, New York City street kind of thing. And there's a bus, and there's just a person that mindlessly walks out into the road, and the bus hits them, and they're actually under the bus now, and now they're under the wheels of the bus, and they're like, they represent bumps in the road. And they're a body that creates bumps in the road. And nobody cares about them. Nobody. All they do is just create bumps in the road. And I can hear their bones breaking, and they're just a bloody pulp on the ground. And it's like, will someone just stop and help me? I'm like, stop and help yourself. Just don't walk out in front of traffic and then feel sad because people run over you. You are attracting your own problems. So again, I'm very annoyed that I'm trying to go to drone strike and now I'm having a conversation, like a therapy conversation about heartbreak. It's very annoying to me. This is about selfishness. So also a part of the picture with the drones is that selfishness is also a part of the drones. I want to see this from another angle. I'm going to actually take the frequency of heartbreak and whatever this story is, and I'm going to seal it, okay? And now, once it's sealed, and it's weird because as soon as I seal it, it turns into like a really cold, like Antarctica, okay? It's just like, but it's so cold. It's like colder than that. It's so cold I can't even touch it without burning my hands. And so it's sealed in a cold container in a cube shape, and then I'm just sending it to God, and I'm just disconnecting those frequencies and those sounds from drones, okay? So now drones are just drones, that's all it is. And then as they go through the frequency fence, now we can start to see things. Like, that's my goal here, that's my focus here. So where are the drones coming from? Like, they're coming from this heartbreak, or they're coming from somewhere else? Okay, you know what my guides are showing me now is that it's not where the drones are coming from. This all has to happen inside the United States, basically. And so I'm starting to see the United States, particularly on the East Coast, but it really needs to happen all over the U.S. It needs to get really, really bright. Like, we have to love our country more than we've ever loved it. We have to love each other and everyone that's here more than we've ever loved each other and everyone that's here. We have to love each other so much that all this bickering and fighting over stupid stuff has got to stop. And we need to start seeing the value of each other, the value of this country, the value of everything, okay? And we have to start seeing in such a profound way that we all shine the light brighter than the light is shining in our faces to tell us that nothing to see here. There's everything to see here. And so now I'm choosing to see that the light is coming back into our hearts, the light and love for America is coming back. This is a political thing. This is a country-based thing. This is an event that is impacting the country, okay? People of the country are seeing this. The country is communicating. You could say the government is communicating with the people. So the communication is happening. This is a country-based thing. So the people need to become brighter than the light they're being fed. So that's pretty easy. So the solution is here. I am getting the ball rolling, but I feel the ball's already been rolling. I'm just a part of this process. So I am doing my part. I'm doing what I can do. And then I'm sharing this message, but as I share this message, I'm part of the echo that is happening in the collective. So people might be able to hear it subconsciously. They might be able to hear it. Like, you've got to love everybody around you more than you've ever loved everybody around you. And you've got to see that this is America. Like, this has got to get real. Like, we've got to start celebrating this country that we have. Because as soon as that happens, then all of this drone strike weird stuff and other stuff that's weird is going to subside, because it's not going to work anymore. The tactics to get you blinded, to get you so spun around that you can't even walk straight anymore. All right, so now that I've done that, okay. So I actually feel that you watching this, me speaking this, and then those that aren't ever going to see this are also going to receive this in their heart. Because it's just love. That's all this is trying to fix a problem and fix it with love. That's all this is. And there's some important things to think about here as to how problems get fixed. So all right, I'm just starting to see the drones just start to disappear. It's not like it's like the drones are just starting to disappear. But what's unfortunate is the drones are actually part of a process for all of you, the country, to start to wake up to see anomalies that aren't acceptable and wanting facts. Because once the drones disappear, I start to see our motivation to be bright and to love each other in response to this weird drones thing then starts to subside too. Because we're only inspired to come together when things are happening that don't make a lot of sense. We need each other to come together in order to make sense of things. But once the nonsensical thing disappears, then we start to go back to our familiar place in the dark. Be really conscientious of that. You really need to have a notebook and start writing things down. Okay, what's the next thing in the media? If my YouTube channel starts to become a collection of all this weird media stuff, we'll start to be able to collect an actual library here of all the weird stuff we're being fed on a continual circulating basis. And then you're going to be like, oh, I forgot about that drones thing. Oh, I forgot about that United Healthcare CEO thing. Because there's so much constant weird stuff. Like, we're not given an opportunity to really just fix the problem and move forward. We're to linger in the problem and then given a new problem and then given a new problem and then given a new problem and it's just like everything is so out of our hands. So we have to want to come together and demand solutions, demand the truth, we have to come together to demand the truth. Not to argue about what I feel is the right thing. And though I feel this, it's just like, no, just solidly, what is going on? That's it. Just what is going on? Oh, nothing is going on here. What is going on? That is not an answer to me. That's just a convenient thing to say. How do you demand people to speak the truth when they just want to give you the lies? The convenient thing to say is also a lie. That makes me angry because I'm tired of weak people, saying what is convenient for them to say. And that strong people just choose patience and forgiveness and blah, blah, blah. When strong people need to be standing up and saying, no, stop. You're annoying me. You're weak. All right, so I'm actually going to take that energy, which is just, it's not like belligerent. It's just firm ground. I want the truth. So I'm taking firm ground. I want the truth. And then I'm filling in the drone experience, but I'm filling in the American people, and I'm filling in the heart of what it means to care about the well-being of each other and to care about the well-being of this country. Okay, this is where we're at right now, okay? So I'm bringing in this energy and I'm filling it in our collective. I could be just talking to a wall right now, but I'm not. I'm actually talking to the whole world right now, our whole collective. Like all the souls on this planet, we're all here together in this big story. And so I'm talking to everybody, whether you live, I don't know, it's like you live in Africa, you could live in Russia, you could live in the UK, you could live wherever you live. I'm talking to you too. Even if you don't live in America, we're all part of this huge thing together. It's like, well, I don't have anything to do with American drone strike. Yes, you do. We all have something to do with each other, even if we don't know what each other's going through. And so as energy shifts here in one part of the world, it will shift in another part of the world. So this is how we heal the bigger picture. We have to start seeing the value of what each other's going through. Just with love, you know? All right. Is there anything else I can do? Because strong souls standing up and saying, no, I'm not putting up with this anymore is also an important ingredient here. And saying no to weak souls that insist that they have it all together, but they just conveniently talk about things and it's annoying. So now we're putting up energy that is, I'm grounded, I'm strong, and I am choosing to come up with solutions that are going to force the truth to come out, whatever that is. It's just people wanting the truth again and again and again and again is enough to shut down. Oh, this is the truth. This is the truth. No, that is not the truth. We don't believe you. We're still working on figuring out this ourselves. And so that puts, it's like the bubble gum in the machine, just like I saw with the CEO. That's where the bubble gum in the machine comes from. It's just, you just not putting up with it. That's not violent. That's just saying no. That's just not stopping. That's still, I still want to know what's going on with the drone 6 months later. You know, that's still, we're still on the drone stuff here. We're still on the drone stuff, you know? Okay, what else can I do to help with this? Because it's not for me to just know the inner workings of this drones thing. It's for me to know some things in order to move the energy, in order to shift this, in order to share this message. This is what I'm called to do. I can't do anything beyond what I'm allowed to do. So let me see. Anything else with drones? This is really interesting. Inside each and every one of us is the answer. And I'm opening up a box and it's like a mystery. So like you don't know what's inside this box. It's like getting a present. Like you're going to unwrap it, like you rip the paper off and then you're going to see what's inside, right? We don't know what's inside. We might think we know, but we don't really know. And so this is like a little box inside all of our hearts, and that box is opening up so you can get to know the unsuspecting you. You can get to know the unsuspecting you. And it's more than that. It's like we already know what's going on. We just can't remember. It's like the whole time concept. It's like the future has already happened and the future impacts the present and to guide us into the future, which then impacts the past. You know, it's all connected. So we already know what's going on with this. We just can't remember at this point in time. And so the box is opening up to bring the memory back to all of us so we can just get there and then move forward. But the memory of this and what this is all about is also unlocking something of yourself so that you can come to life with more of who you are, which is all about love too, and coming together with remembering to see the value in each other. Stop bickering about the small things. There's a lot of healing to do and everybody deserves to find their peace. And sometimes the best way to find the peace is just, you know what? I can't keep lingering in your suffering, walking out in front of a bus, you getting hit by the bus, and then you saying that nobody loves and cares about you because you're the bumps in the road. And look at what's happened to you. So look at what's been done to you. Look at what you did to yourself. That also is healing, okay? Helping people to self-realize what they're doing to themselves. That is also healing this. And sometimes that information needs to get boxed up and sent away so now they can sit with themselves in their own lonely room to figure out what they're doing, okay? So those of us can come together that are strong and put together. We work through all this crap and now we can start solving the problems, which then helps everybody heal and grow from all of this. That's how you water the garden. Not with poison, but with like actual nourishment from the sun and the water and the soil and stuff like that. It's balance. We're bringing balance back in 2025. Okay. Is that all I need to say? I'm just going to keep doing this. I was asking myself, you know, am I mixing spirituality with media gunk? Yes. Okay. Someone's got to do it. I mean, spirituality is like, it's all about enlightenment, right? And so you want enlightenment to be its own like special place that you can go to the enlightenment center and you can do your fasting and your whatever's there. You don't want to mix that peaceful energy with something that is so raunchy and annoying. But guess what? We need to take from those spiritual energies and start to filter it into what's raunchy and annoying in order to bring balance. So that is what I'm going to do. I'm just going to bring balance because I'm a healer. But I'm not just like your average healer. I actually look at the energy and restructure it and learn stuff and share that stuff with others. So that way we can make a profound difference. Or I can, however this works, okay? Alrighty, done. If any of you listening are interested in working with me through a one-on-one session, you can book a session at my website at abbeynormalswisdomquest.com. Also on Patreon, patreon.com/abbeynormalswisdomquest. Have a wonderful day. Happy New Year. All that good stuff.